Hello. So in this tutorial, I will try to demonstrate how I did this tree. First, the sculpting part, step by step like this, and then we will texture it in Substance Painter. This part, I just use vertices with a skin modifier on it, and then added a subdivision modifier. After that, I just applied the modifier on it and added another subdivision to make it look smooth. And then start to sculpt. I used the scrape brush only in this part to add some definition, add some edges, because we will use these edges in the Substance Painter part for highlighting this, and also adding some stylized look to it. After that, to make all these details, I just use this as a base to follow these curves and faces and try to preserve its shape. What I use here is clay strips brush. I find these brushes here, 4 brushes pack. I will give you the link. You can just download it and append the brushes to this file, and I use all of them. And I added a texture on it. Texture is, I find it from 3dtextures.me. And there was this nice bark texture. I just download the displacement map of it and use it as a texture. There's a couple of settings too. For this mapping, I choose area plane to make the map work on every face, and I choose rake. And with this tool, you can make the brush follow your mouse. And I use stabilized stroke. And I draw this with this orb curve tool. Okay, we are done. Now the retopologize. I edit seams. And now it's time for the leaf. For the leaf, I just model this middle one. And then use some modifiers on it. This curve to make it a little bit slanted like this. And an array modifier. And I took that low poly version and added a bevel and subdivision on it. Use a edge bevel weight. And then apply the modifiers and sculpt it. For the sculpt, I just use this orb line correct brush and just draw shapes like this. And just replace them. And now it's time to export meshes. It's just the usual stuff. Low and high name convention. For UVs, I just use the same place for all of them. Same texture, one material. And then export them all. Okay, now we are in Substance Painter. I just baked mesh maps so you can see how bad it is. I baked with these settings, subsampling to by mesh name, didn't change too much. Okay, we can start with 3. First of all, it is just base color. And after that, I added a dirt generator with this color, with this black mask, a dirt generator, and added a blur slope filter on it. With this filter, it will make it more brushy look and make it more stylized. It doesn't have to be too much, enough. And on top of it, I added the highlight places. For that, curvature map, curvature generator, and same as this first layer, added a blur slope in it to break the realism on it. After that, there's some color variations. This is up, this is down. Yeah, see the difference? For this up, I just added a color and on it black mask and stylized light generator. This. And played a little bit with it. And this is to up lightning. So I just changed this and copy this and duplicate this. And this is the same version, but with down lighting. And after that, I think like this is too dark. Added a white color and with soft light on it. I can use like this or like this. I prefer this. And for the leaves, yes, there is a fill layer, this color, and on top of it, I just wanted to make it more bright on top and dark on the bottom. So I use this height map. For that, I just use this color. And with screen mode, this is the fill layer with height map. But you can see the height map is to similar colors, so that I use levels to make this side more bright, this side more dark. Level, it is something like this. After that, again, to make it look stylized, is a blur slope filter. Okay, for this one, I basically duplicate this and use a darker color and multiply it. And for the levels, I just inverted it. So this is more dark in the bottom parts. And on top of it, I added this layer. I don't remember this. This is curvature. Okay, this is for the curvature. To make it, to add a more darkness, something like ambient occlusion. I just exported textures and For here, I just want to mention this opacity mask. I also baked opacity mask in Substance Painter and used this. You know the rest. Just arrange them like this and placed in place. That's it.